Hi Clive, just a quick video of some old footage actually here that I thought we'd just go back to. This was when you starting to look actually pretty good actually in this one back in the sort of summertime. But if I'm comparing you actually with Rebecca Flood, which is a little bit of a different thing here. I know it's a lady, but it doesn't matter. It's all basically the same sort of stuff really, with getting your shape right, seeing how your arms work on the way back and pulling your left side around. So let's have a little look here. So actually here your shape looks pretty good really, with nicely on the wall. You've got your right arm in a nice position, bit of angle with your right wrist. Legs look pretty good, so you can see some nice similar sort of similarities going on here. You can see Rebecca Flood's a little bit more shape really on the left hip here in more ways than one. And if we just get you up to the top of your back swing here, so you can see this first little move that we're always looking at here. If you just watch your hands here, the way you get this little forward press, so even to there, right, you can see the way your hands really are setting a little bit almost individually without anything else going on. And I'd rather just get a combination of wrists and arms really getting the right sequence going here. So if we look at this with Rebecca, right, you'll see the way that as she moves away, there's that sort of, you know, low set that we're talking about today, like that. Okay, so it's almost like the club's really just an extension through her left arm, like that. As you take yours back to a similar position, so you can see really at that point there how much setting of the wrists you've really got there as such at that point there. So rather than having this club almost in this sort of angle there, okay, so that's what we're kind of looking for. But otherwise at that point there your shoulders are pretty good, it's not getting sucked down with your left shoulder, and your right arm actually looks pretty good there really, okay, at that particular point. Carry on up to the halfway back, so you can see right at that point there you've almost like overset your wrists. You know, I would still like to see your wrists in, if anything, this sort of position, okay. If we look at Rebecca as she goes up, you can see really, if you look at the right angle of the right wrist, and particularly the right elbow and the right shoulder, almost looks like her wrist really isn't you know, done any extra hinging or whatever. So she goes up to about here, and that's that position I was just showing you there with your good self, left arm and club, this almost 90-degree angle. So take her up to the top of her swing, so you can really see she's really kept in a good shape here, really on the wall. In fact, she actually almost like slightly beyond it there really. Take it up to the top, okay. Okay, so because of this extra hinging on the way back with the wrist, this is why your first move is that where you almost cast out with the club and you lose any kind of store up. So let's get back down into that position. So you can see here that her body actually, her arms are dropping, but she's also getting rotation as well, so everything's really kind of working together. So at that point there, right, the angle of the right wrist there, okay, so you can see really your elbow is starting to come out a little bit here. We're getting a bit of a gap. Hers is still quite a bit in like this angle and then out here, okay. And then her chest really, and this is what we're talking about today, the chest just rotates all the way through to the finish. Now she actually finishes quite sort of very quiet with the lower half here, but you can see really her top half is actually just taking the club around to the end result, okay. So you're there, and then you can come up a little bit on it on the way through. So let me get rid of a few of those lines for you there. Okay, so that was not a bad old swing there really, so you did pretty good there. Let me just show you Rebecca. Alright, so hopefully you see one or two similarities and a couple of things you need to work on. Alright, cheers.